If you are the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, you can understand, some people might suggest, their reticence to be, well, how can you put this nicely, to be put in the same box as these two royals also. And more importantly, why they feel that they're treated just as badly as ever. Let me explain. Morning chums, nice to see you. Thank you so much as ever for joining me today, and welcome one and all brand new subscribers. You know, just before I decided to film this for you, there was a pile of crows. No, not because I don't have my wallet, but just because there's a pile of crows circling around. And I thought that'll be interesting. You'll ask me, where are they going? It's like they know. Yes, they don't want to be on camera. Maybe, of course, they're not camera ready. Who knows? They're busy making nests behind me here. So it's fascinating when you think, isn't it, what's going on? Nature just carries on regardless, of course. The world keeps revolving, and every single day is a new day with a new story. Some people might suggest, of course, if you are the Duke of York and, of course, the Duchess of York, Sarah Ferguson, and the once royal known as Prince Andrew, you might wish these new days just, well, stayed in the old days. This is because, as you know, there's a new development in the scandal surrounding the former royal, literally, that is Prince Andrew. This is all because now a brand new unearthed email from the Epstein, court, whatever you want to call it, has now made its way into the newspapers over here in the United Kingdom. And here's the problem on, just to put it in very much layman terms. As you remember, Prince Andrew famously sat down with the BBC Newsnight, right? Did the interview and also famously said, going in to see his mother, the late Queen Elizabeth, I thought it went exceptionally well. You'd have to be exceptionally dim to think that went well. I mean, literally, he did not ask for any copy approval. He didn't ask to see a final edit. He walked away apparently joyous and sort of, well, this is great. Everything's now in the open and in the clear. It appears that Andrew, who claimed on the show that he didn't suffer from sweating and he had no recollection of that particular picture, well, apparently he's claiming that their relationship between Jeffrey Epstein and himself ended at this particular period. Turns out it went on a lot longer. And in fact, 10 weeks after that, they were still in communication. Now, in fairness, if you want to be in fairness of balance, what you can say is that obviously time robs everybody of memory, and you don't necessarily know what you're doing, with emails and contacts and stuff like that. The problem is he's been adamant, and now this is proving an indelible sort of stain on the monarchy, and this is the problem that His Majesty the King, and more importantly, His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales, Prince William, has, because this can be used now against the anti-monarchy group, saying, all titles should be split. It's really that serious, simply because what you have is the younger brother refusing to leave Royal Lodge in Windsor because of legal stipulations, whatever you want to call it. But this really just makes the monarchy seem in very bad light. So all the good works that, say, Catherine, the Princess of Wales does, and of course the wonderful interview with His Royal Highness, the Prince of Wales, not forgetting the hard work that His Majesty the King does do on our behalf, whether you're with him or not, there's certain elements of the role that he really puts an exceptional amount of hard work into. Well, this is always going to come rearing its ugly head. So where do Harry and Meghan fit into this particular dilemma and story? Well, according to a very well-placed source, you see, all they've done is air their grievances to the world. They have not had any sort of bad press in terms of associations, although that's a little dubious to say the least, but there you go. And Harry and Meghan believe that they should be given a clean bill of health, given the fact that the Duke of York and the Duchess of York remain in situ on Windsor Estate. Remember, Harry and Meghan feel very much slighted because they were booted out of Frogmore Cottage simply because they didn't want to be half in, half out. You get the picture. Now, if His Majesty the King thought this was going to be an easy period for him, then consequently, if Meghan or indeed Harry speak out publicly against, once again, their ongoing fight, argument, upset with the British monarchy, and somebody asks them about the ex-royals known as the Duke and Duchess of York, the problem is their answer could be literally the bombshell that Andrew doesn't want. His Majesty the King is in a very tight corner, and what he does next, and I don't say this very lightly, could be very, very, well, difficult for the monarchy. He's going to have to react to this. This situation of never complain, never explain simply won't do, because the tangible evidence is right in front of him. Now for Andrew and Sarah, seemingly things are just getting worse. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.